All right. Update with the roof. We're mixing it in with March Madness. All right. March Madness. If you have a S corp or a partnership, those taxes are due in March. You need to be aware of that. I'm not sure if you have a new business, if you just started, you're thinking that those are actually due in April. No matter when you watch this, those are actually due in March. If it's this year, right now it's 2023, but next year 2024, if you watch this in December or January, your partnership, your S corp is actually due in March. Okay, 1040s are what's due in April. So keep that in mind. If you're thinking, oh, it's going to be due in April, if you miss the deadline, you're going to get a fine. So make sure that you file your taxes on time. It's March Madness, but we don't like to just talk about taxes. We want to add value all across the board. So in that aspect of adding value, what we're going to be sharing now is a little bit more information on a flat roof, on a flat roof terrace. Now, typically speaking, flat roof terrace, the one that we are going to be discussing, has a TPO lining. Okay, TPO is a material that is made specifically for kind of these things, which they are meant to keep water out. Okay, the TPO in this particular situation is actually in very good condition. We're actually looking to extend the life of the current TPO. It's in very good condition. Okay, we're going to be discussing a little bit of the information of this particular terrace because it allows for, as you understand these systems, for more of the enjoyment of them, because you understand how they flow, how they work. So I'm going to shorten the time from the information that I've researched on these systems. Okay, I'm going to do a little quick walk around in the current scenario, and we're going to do an update on it as we move things along. Okay, so here's the current scenario. What we have is a terrace that these bricks are about 23 and 3/4 or 23 and a half inches, almost 24 inches, almost 2 feet. Okay, there is 23 of them going across. Okay, I did a diagram originally where I had 16 erroneously, but it's actually 23 going across. Okay, so 23 going across. I counted them today. I have a new graph, and now they have 10 going across this way. Okay, 10 going across. Okay, so these are about 24 inches, about 2 feet each. And so this is the general area. Now it has a little pocket here. As you can see, the little pocket. It has a little pocket there. And it's got some gutters. I'm going to show you the information on all the gutters. Okay, I'll start with the same where I started originally. Okay, this gutter here comes and throws water from the top. Okay, so I'm going to put a little diagram so you can see it, so you can get a little bit better. I have an original one, but that one was kind of not completely accurate. This one is a little bit more descriptive. And so gutter here throws in water this way to that gutter. That gutter is this gutter here. Okay, I want to be able to make sure that all these gutters are sealed. All of these processes are all sealed. Okay, gutter sealed. Now in this area, the reason why I cleared it up here, okay, is a situation that I've had a couple of times, which is I've gotten a couple of leaks, and it's hard to tell where the leak is coming from because it leaks inside of our bedroom in this particular area here. Okay, but the first thing that I typically have to do is check the TPO to make sure that the TPO is not leaking. Okay, so I have to remove all the bricks, which is a hassle in itself, keep them out while I do the entire investigation about where this leak could be coming from. And the nature why it leaks in this particular area is because in this particular area there's a little bit of a dip in the plywood here, so the water kind of ponds in that little area. Okay, so what I am looking to do is create a scenario where the water doesn't pond it, or the water actually gravitates more towards the gutters. Okay, what I would like to do is try to see if I could relieve as much pressure from this area here. Okay, like by removing the bricks. The bricks in themselves are kind of heavy. I would say over 45 pounds. Okay, so I've removed all the bricks from this area. I'm already removing the pressure, and to try to see kind of how much it ponds whenever it does rain, like the levels, okay, and things of that nature. I'm trying to make it so that the water flows more evenly throughout the other two gutters, which the other gutter is over here. Okay, you get all the gutters. I have a draft, and I'll put it on there as a kind of the end of the clip. All right, cool. So these are the gutters. Now it also leaked a little bit here, but I've sealed this part. This is the door. The water also kind of came from in there. I've sealed that part. Not really having any issues. Again, no leaks in the TPO. I actually don't even have any leaks right now. I just don't want to have a situation where it repeats itself again, and then I have to go back and pick up all these bricks and all that stuff. Okay, so I kind of want to have a more efficient system. I ran into a company after my research. I ran into a company that's called a Life Roof. Okay, I've been speaking to a gentleman named Chad. He's been very helpful in this exchange of information, and he's interested in collaborating a little bit. So we're kind of going back and forth on the details. He's shared with me a couple of schematics, a couple of options that we can provide. And so right now, this is the current scenario of the roof. And the project is to see how much more efficiency we can add on the roof. Well, now it's not in super good condition. I've been kind of setting it up to try to kind of do this kind of general overhaul of like lowering the weight on this particular area, creating something a little bit more efficient, maybe some foliage, some plants and things of that nature. So I'm gonna go through that process right now. And so I just wanted to share where we are right now. This is the update on the roof situation. Okay, I've got a new draft right here. I even got the notes about taxes, everything else. I'm not talking about. There you go. The new build, 23 by 10. I'm gonna put a little PDF. Chad is gonna say he's gonna support the collaboration effort because we're in Houston, and this is something that it's the view of Houston. So we're looking for some exposure for the businesses. So it's like, hey, deduct your taxes, save your taxes, and if you have a TPO terrace or a rooftop that you want to make it more efficient, this is the company that you can work with. They've been very nice. They've been very polite, very cool, very efficient, very communicative. So up to now, all right. So some final things actually to note on the particular information is that if you need to get your taxes done, go to thepremiumadvantage.com. We're available 6 days a week, 52 weeks a year. So if you need to get your taxes done, go to thepremiumadvantage.com. All right, some concerns with regards to the roof is on the update. I'm a little concerned about doing an update and then kind of having a similar situation of having to remove equipment in the area. So it's one of the reasons I'm gonna make sure everything is sealed up real well. Okay, so that whatever comes up after everything is super sealed, they're gonna have to wait through like a rain or something like this to make sure that there's no particular issues. But then I start kind of developing that process a little bit at a time. Okay, and one of the added values, or two of the added values, is we're gonna be increasing hopefully roof longevity. We're gonna be increasing the longevity of the life of the roof by a couple of factors, and then also the aesthetics. Hopefully it should look a little bit nicer than the way that it looks now. Okay, let me see. Additional solution. Oh yes, additional solution. So what originally I wanted to do a start process on this side of the door, on this side, because I didn't want to add another complexity about stepping down. But might as well, since we're going through this process, I'm thinking to add a solution now for the step down here at the door. I didn't want to have to go through that. I just wanted to go through this ponding situation here first. But since we're going through it and we're having the discussion, I'm thinking might as well move that green line a little bit to the left so that we can have the step down solution included into this March Madness situation that we're running through. Okay, so I've updated the graph. It's in the links below. It's in the description. So if you're gonna go check it out, go ahead and do that. It's a little bit of a graph. So we're gonna try to include a step down situation here. So that it looks, so that it steps down, because we don't want the water to be hitting it constantly. It reduces the amount of water exposure to this particular area if we include a step down solution there. Okay, so those are some concerns, the step down solution that I wanted to include. If anything else comes up, I guess I'll come back. Otherwise, see you next time.